Okay, welcome coaches. So happy to have you here. Um, we've got some new coaches with us since our last call. So congratulations for being here. Hi, Sarah, and we've got Colleen and Rita is brand new with us here, and Susan is new coach with us here. So I'm super excited for you guys to all be here. I'm gonna go ahead and if you can mute yourselves, let me get past this little bit. Rita, I think you're on your way onto a date, right? Yeah. Okay, so when you have to pop off, I want you to go ahead and do that, but I am going to have you come back and watch the replay. I will post the replay in the chat for this coaches group.
Okay.
And then because there's going to be things that I'm going to need from you, dates and different things. And in fact, we're going to go ahead and get started real quick. And I think I'm just going to take a detour here a little bit. For those of you who are brand new and for within this group and you have not coached a call yet on any of my platforms, can you raise your hand? So we've got Colleen, we've got Susan, Sarah, and Rita. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to really kind of talk to you guys first. Well, I'm going to talk to Rita first, and then we'll get to the rest of you. So, Rita, what is, I sent you all a question, and I'm going to have each one of you newbies, answer that question for me. When it comes to personal development and I ask you, what are you most comfortable talking about and what are you least comfortable talking about? What do you feel like you're proficient in and what do you rather not have to talk to in front of people about? That I'm going to ask you first, Rita.
I've literally been asking myself this every day, multiple times a day, trying to find an answer. And I think so far what I have is I'm comfortable listening to somebody else's stories and life, but when it comes to telling stories about my own self, that's what's most difficult for me to plan. It happens usually, but it's hard to plan that. So I don't know if that even means anything.
Not even close. Not even close. Okay. Now, I've been watching your videos, and as you're creating your series, you seem very comfortable in sharing the principles within the Science of Getting Rich. Would you say that's fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right, yes.
So would you say that there are any subjects or anything within the 30-day accountability group call, any of those activities that you maybe would not do or maybe put those on or you wouldn't want to have to teach somebody how to do that? What would that be?
Okay. Yes. So the things at the end of the day that I find still have numbers are the connecting with new people, and keeping track of my notifications. That is an extreme struggle. Most days I don't keep track of all of them. I am not keeping track of those well. So when I come to the numbers, it's numbers. It's the numbers. Anything that I have to have a number, put a number to it. I don't know what it is, but there's a disconnection there or something. I feel like it's fine to do it, and I go on and I start doing all of those things, but to count it and keep track of it and know to have something trackable to go by is where I struggle. And that's been my past too. That's why I struggle, because I've not kept track of the numbers and of what's proven and then what's duplicatable. So maybe that's getting more.
Okay, you're a little closer there. I think the one thing that I see that would be easier for you is to learn how to, and I know we already had Patricia do this topic, but relationship building.
Yep, she's good. I messaged her.
Would relationship marketing. I think I would like to go in that route with you. because it is about getting to
Okay.
new people and growing that network. And so that's the topic that I'm going to give to you. And I'm going to ask you, do you have access to the Millionaire Creation Formula?
I do. I've been going through that. Yes.
Okay, so I want you to go to module 15, relationship
Okay.
marketing, in
Oh my gosh. Okay.
the Millionaire Creation Formula. And I really want you to take a lot of notes on that and to find out how best you can communicate that to others and why it's important. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So the next thing, and you don't have to do this, I know you're getting ready to go out. You don't have to do this right now. I'm going to have you. Oh, you're all done?
I'm a passenger.
Oh, okay.
Right now.
All right. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all of you give me a date. It will be a Wednesday, a Sunday, or a Friday call. I'm going to have each one of you give me a date in the day that you are going to do this coaching class. And you've seen some of the others. If you want to review some of the others that have done that, we can send those to you. But these calls are going to be your calls. I'm giving you the platform to be able to coach this topic. Okay? And the reason why I ask you the most comfortable and the least comfortable is because the first coaching call you guys do is going to be the one that's the least comfortable for you. I want you to have to really stretch and have some growth in this area, okay? So the rest of you that have done a call, I want you to start thinking about what you feel like you're most proficient in. Most proficient. So Rita, we're going to have you, what I'll do is I'll send out a calendar to you guys in the group chat, and or I'll just create one and we can just have everybody fill in when they want to go. You know, whatever's most convenient for you guys. I will tell you, the people that do it first and get it over with, that's the best. Absolutely the best. So I'll put out that calendar, and then Rita, I'm going to have you fill that in. So what I'm going to do before I get to the rest of you here, I kind of want to discuss a little bit, and I only jumped ahead a little bit there because I know Rita is on limited time there, and I wanted her to be able to really feel like she's part of this and to make sure that she was part of this process that we're going to be doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and mute you now, Rita. So thank you. So what I really wanted to do today is I wanted to give a little explanation of the differences between a trainer, a leader, a coach, or a mentor. And so because you want to be leaders, you want to be coaches, you want to be a mentor, you want people to come to you so you can help them in this way. So as people will be coming to you, they're going to come to you because they want something bigger. They want something better. They want more money. They want a better lifestyle, maybe happier relationships and fulfillment. So I want you to realize the label that you're putting on yourself as a coach or a mentor. I want you to realize where I have hair in my mouth, where that falls on you. And I want you to know what the differences are between some of these things. So what do you need to become a trainer or a leader or a coach or a mentor? Let's go over some of these things. Some of these qualities. And, you know, within all of these, what we do is we build a vision to help people realize where they need to go, where they want to go, and kind of give them a path and keep reminding them that the challenges are worth it. So that's one of the key things as a leader, a coach, a trainer, or a mentor. You know, the key thing is to build that vision in others, to give them that vision. And when you can provide that to them, then it's a lot easier to keep them on track to do what they need to do to accomplish the goals that you're going to be helping them to get. So I wanted to first talk about trainers, because a lot of you are in network marketing companies. You're, you know, maybe you're building a business. So you're going to be put into a position where you might be a trainer. And a trainer really, I don't know who's unmuted there, but if you can mute yourselves, that would be great. When, you know, a trainer is basically maybe an upline, somebody that's been in a business longer than you, you know, they show the how-tos. What I mean is, like, you know, maybe where is the website, how to use the website, how to get customers, how to recruit, how to place an order. They point, guide, and direct to the information or resources. So becoming a trainer, also, I want you to understand, for those of you who are building businesses, is one of the biggest fears people have in marketing, any kind of marketing, because they feel like if they get to the point where they have people recruited under them, they have to become a trainer. So oftentimes this fear will cause them to be hesitant in recruiting. So that's basically a trainer. How to. A coach is oftentimes, and most oftentimes, short-term and seasonal. You know, they find out what, so as a coach, you'll find out what people's goals are. And the one big thing I can tell you, and I hope you're writing these things down, because this is going to be so important for you guys to know and to be able to identify where you land here, where you want to go. Never assume you know what somebody's goal is. Because if you assume that they want to be, you know, at this rank, making this much money, and then they're going to be walking across the stage, you're going to point, guide, and direct them to something that's not necessarily what they want to do. So, and when they're not goal-oriented for that, it's really going to cause hesitation, and you wind up finding people going MIA. So I don't want to see that either. So as a coach, we never want to assume. We always want to ask questions, and every time we talk to somebody, become a better listener. Develop a plan according to their goals, and determine the goal or goals and their game plan to get there. You know, point to resources, and as a coach, you're going to let them apply it. You don't necessarily work side by side with them. So in mentoring, you really work side by side with them. But as a coach, you really don't. You give them the information and you let them teach them how to apply it. And as a coach, you're not going to spend a great amount of hours with somebody going real in depth. You just need to know what their goals are and show them a game plan to get there. Okay? So, as a mentor is more long-term, oftentimes lifetime. And you can have many in a lifetime. But for you to be thinking about you being a mentor, which I believe everybody, no matter what part of their life, where in their life they are, they should have a mentor. I believe everybody needs a mentor. So a mentor works along the side of you. You will work along the side of your clients. You'll provide a different perspective, offering wisdom from your own experiences. You'll encourage and redirect when needed. You'll offer strategies and, guide them to, or maybe redirect them as they need, and offer these strategies, offering, maybe personal development, or sometimes it's software systems or activities, and it always guides the mentee who is looking to achieve a certain thing. You're always gearing them towards that specific goal, that result that they want. So a mentor really gets you to think of how, why, and what we're doing as a mentee, what they're doing as a mentee, why they're doing and thinking and believing in a certain way. A mentor is always asking them to think outside the box, to get them to stretch and why they believe what they believe, why they do what they do, where it is that they stand, and where does that come from. You guys have seen Robert do this over and over and over. So as a mentor is really regarded as an expert in their field, or their area of responsibility. So what I want to do is I want to share with you, because I think this is going to be really important for you, is I want to share with you the qualities that are necessary to be a great mentor. Because this is a lot different than being a trainer, being a leader, being a coach. Being a mentor has to have certain qualities. Not that some of these qualities aren't required in some of the others, but you guys are going to get that. You're going to see where some of that is going to fall into play. But being a mentor is really, it's real important to understand the differences. And I think that's why I wanted to review this with you. So number one, a mentor is willing and has the ability to communicate clearly what the mentee needs to know. Is willing and has the ability to communicate clearly in what the mentee needs to know. Needs to know for what? To reach their goal or goals, of course. Number two is preparedness. This is so critical. And it was really hard for me to learn in the very beginning, but to be prepared to make a commitment to the mentee in time. Always being prepared to provide a stream of consciousness, being attentive, being they have your attention, right? With no distractions. Because when those distractions happen, it breaks the concentration, it breaks the path, it breaks everything, and it will take longer, and it'll be harder for that mentee to keep coming back if there's always a distraction. So always try to be as attentive as possible. Number three is a great mentor has to be approachable, has to be available and ready to listen and give access. Really what I found, and many of you know because you were here when I did this, is to be able to give access to that mentee, to your calendar. A lot of you are going, well, I'll just hire somebody to do my appointments for me. No, give people access to your calendar. You know, you guys all know I use Schedule Once. Here's the thing though, and kind of where I messed up. So I want to try to correct this with you guys, is when you give them access to your calendar to be able to schedule time when they need it, or you're going to set the precedence of how much time they get, how often they get. You're going to train them to type in what the call is for. What is the priority for that specific call? What is it that they specifically need? And like I said, set the parameters, whether it's time slots or expectations. There are many times that I had people schedule time with me and they didn't do what I asked them to do in the previous call or two. So getting on another call with them was not going to be helpful to them, and it was going to be a waste of their time and mine. So as a mentor, you want to really set the parameters when it comes to those expectations. And during this time of counsel or advice, you really want to be able to prepare yourself to what it is that they need. So that's why it's really great for you guys to, when you schedule time with me and in the notes section, you're supposed to put what the call is for. What is that we need? Because if you can't be prepared for that, then you're not going to be able to be your best and give your best to your mentee. Number 4 is honesty, integrity, the ability to be candid and straightforward with somebody and not tell the mentee what they want to hear, but what they need to hear. And Robert is a perfect example of this, and many of you have heard me say that, and thank him for not being Willy Wonka and sugarcoating things. You know, we can all, excuse me, we can all surround ourselves with yes men and people that are going to tell us what we want, but that's not where we're going to get the biggest growth. That's not where we're going to get the results. So we want to really make sure that, you know, we're being candid, we're being straightforward, not leaving anything questioned, you know, leaving no questions at the end, and providing constructive feedback. And I want to add here really with love, because that's exactly what Robert does, right? He does it in love. Are there many times that he made me cry, that he hurt my feelings? Of course it's happened, but it wasn't because he told me something I didn't need to hear. And every time he had done that, I had growth. I was able to push forward. I was able to get gooder and gooder. So, oh, excuse me. So constructive feedback, you know, in what they need to hear, not what they want to hear, and always providing useful and honest guidance. Number 5 is inquisitiveness. To stay up to date and informed and educate yourself in your profession, your industry, whatever it is that you're promoting and what you're sharing, and always be that student, to continually be learning the essentials if you want to provide effectiveness when you're mentoring. So, you know, if you're in a network marketing company, know what the new products are, know what the new platform is, stay up to date with that. You know, when you're being a mentor to somebody, you want to stay ahead of trends and be aware of the news, the updates, the topics, the roles of new technologies and the developments that will impact your specialty. So we always want to make sure that we're up to date. And as you all know, technology is always changing and things are always progressing. And so it's really important. And it is a priority for us to stay on top of these things as things happen. So, and that's going to allow us to be the best mentor that there is. What number was I on? Number 6, to be objective and fair, always. Mentoring is much different than a friendship. Although friendship is a great thing, you know, you've heard me use that term when I talk about Robert, and he is one of my best friends. So I didn't plan on that happening. It just happened naturally, and because of my respect for him and everything that I've learned from him, friendship is a great thing. However, as a mentor, you're not required to socialize with your mentees. Although you want your mentee to know that you're all in when it comes to their success. You want to be supportive. You want to support them any way that you can. So sometimes it takes more time. It takes more time out of your schedule, out of your day, out of maybe some of the things that you want to do. So if you're considering to be a mentor or even a coach, just know that it's going to take time away from what you're doing. When you get the results in other people's lives, and when you get them to be able to achieve their goals and see their dreams come true in their life change and stuff like that, it's so worth it. It's what accelerates me into each and every day. It's what propels me out of bed every morning. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you about was, as a great quality and something that's extremely necessary to be a great mentor, is to be compassionate and to be genuine. Just because because you must maintain your objectivity when you're with the mentee doesn't mean that fairness doesn't come into play. And so just because just because we are the mentor doesn't mean that we can't be compassionate, that we can't have empathy towards the mentee. So this is really going to highly impact that mentor-mentee relationship. And always, always, always keeping the goal in mind. And that's going to help you build that trust and always staying in a positive, I mean, you guys know this, a positive behavior while offering that guidance and advice towards reaching their specific goals. You've all heard me say in the past that Robert, or maybe you haven't, but you should have. In the past, I've referred to Robert as being my life's compass. And more recently, the GPS to my success. Your mentee's goal must be all that guides you in giving that guidance and advice to them, so you can be their compass. And that's really what it is somebody that can direct somebody and help them achieve what it is that they're looking to achieve. I see you guys are typing in there. So any questions up to this point? So you guys kind of have an idea of the difference between a leader, a trainer, a coach, and a mentor, right? So by a show of hands, I'm going to ask each one of you to raise your hand. And Rob, if you can come off camera, that would be great. But if you could raise your hand, and do you see yourself, and you can see yourself as multiples. So just to let you know, you don't have to pick one. But how many of you here find yourself in a leadership position? Raise your hand. You feel like you're a leader. Okay. How many of you see yourself in the coach's position? Now, I want you as coaches to know that you don't need to be spending a ton of time with people. You don't have to work side by side. It's not your responsibility to see an expert in action, to be there by their side for that. Now, I know as we're learning and we want to get people results, we tend to kind of give more than we should sometimes. But here is the thing, when this happens, you get taken advantage of. And people will not respect your time if you're giving it away so freely. I did this. I give a lot of time, hours and hours and hours for years to people. And to this day, they come to me and say, Melody, can you help me? Well, they never did anything with anything that I gave them before. So why would I continue to help them now? See, they got it for free before. They expect to get it for free now. It's not going to happen because I respect myself a whole lot more than I did then. I know what I have to share is valuable. I know my time alone is valuable. So I want you all to, I would love for you to put $500 an hour down on a piece of paper and circle it and put it where you see it all the time. Wherever it is that you're talking to people, wherever you're spending time with people, I want you to see it because I want you to start counting your time and looking at your time as being worth a minimum of $500 an hour. Some of you might say, my time's worth a lot more than that. Good for you. Some of the rest of us have to catch up to that. So, you like that? Excellent. Awesome, Chelsea. So, any questions, any input? Let's discuss this.
I'm just so thankful. I didn't even realize that there was such a difference between the three, and this is so helpful to me. Just thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad you got something from it. I hear a lot of people say, my coach or my mentor, and this, I'm talking about outside of this group, right? But if you really look up what a coach is and what a mentor is, there is an absolute difference between them. So now, by a show of hands, will you all raise your hand if you consider Robert Hollis your coach? Raise your hand if you consider Robert Hollis your coach. So, Nicholas, you're considering Robert Hollis is more of a short-term thing for you? Just no right or wrong answer. No. Okay. Yeah, because I know you and I have talked, so I figured you kind of got my question wrong. So how many people here consider Robert their mentor? I'm going to put 2 hands up just because I can. And that's good to know. So you guys are understanding the difference, right? You're understanding the difference? Yeah? Good. So I want to go back to anybody else have anything to add on that? Anything to say? Anything to, Anya, Coach Anya.
And the only reason I didn't raise my hand for Robert is because I'm not part of any of his programs, so I consider you to be my mentor versus Robert. But this has been extremely helpful because I know that in the online world, a lot of people just tend to throw out the word coach or mentor, and I've shocked a few people by using the wrong word at times too, but it's good to know the difference in order to know how we want to establish ourselves with our people too.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree because I didn't know the difference. I didn't know. It took a little educating myself to understand the difference there. So anybody else? Rob, I know you're building. Oh, okay. Nicholas, 1 second. Rob, you're building a network marketing company, correct?
Well, it's technically not a network marketing company, but it uses network marketing. It uses network marketing skills to develop your team, but it's more of a direct sales, which is the same. Sorry to complicate it. Yes, network marketing company.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, my whole,
that was horrible.
I should have made the question different. You're building a team.
Yes. Yes, I'm building a business. Yes.
As you're building this team, do you find yourself point guiding and directing people as a leader, or do you find yourself more coaching people?
It's a great question. So in my 5 years of network marketing, where I stand now, having all my knowledge that I've learned, I would, in terms of network marketing, I would look at myself as a coach, only because you don't know how long somebody's going to stick around for. So it's an undetermined amount of time you could be working with somebody. Now, granted, somebody might look at the business as their save-all financial, building the financial fortress around their family, right? And they need to make this work, and they're going to stick it out for the long haul. Others come in, they get their share of no's, and then they drop out because they feel uncomfortable. They can't deal with it. They don't know how to handle it. So they're short-term. So you coach them as much as you can, directing them to get on their calls, directing them towards maybe whatever script that your company might be using for recruiting purposes, and you coach them as long as you can. If they stick around for long term, I would still look at myself as a coach in network marketing, but as in terms of life, I would look at myself as more of a mentor, because you're trying to influence somebody's life in a positive manner that's going to help them for the rest of their life.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're providing value that will be lifelong. They can take with them throughout their life as a mentor. So a lot of people will come to, they'll call themselves coaches, and maybe they coach Facebook training, or maybe they coach relationship training, or maybe they coach, I don't know, how to cook meals in under 30 minutes, whatever it is. But usually when you finish learning that specific niche, you move on to the next coach, right? So you brought up something, Rob, that really, I want to ask this question to all of you. What determines whether in a marketing company or as a coach and a mentor, as you're building your own businesses as coaching and mentors, what is the one thing that's going to determine whether they disappear, whether those people go MIA or not? Go ahead. Come on out. Come out. Don't be afraid. This call's for all of us.
I would say it depends on both you and them. You and what you're providing. If you're actually providing them value and they're applying it, they're going to stay because you're helping them out. However, there are people who cannot help themselves. They refuse to help themselves. They refuse to participate in their own rescue. And those people are always, no matter what you provide for them, are always in a balance. So it really depends on the balance between both the mentor and the mentee, I feel.
Okay. Janessa, what were you going to say?
Pretty much the same thing. Value and what was the other word? Making sure that you're giving out, as much as you're going to be taking back, right? So.
Right. Anya saying our consistency with them and their willingness to apply the principles both ways. So you can give tons of value. And we can't make them do it, right? Can't make them do it. They pay us. Here's a good way to learn to be that coach and mentor on a professional level. You get paid for your value, for your time, and they don't do what they're supposed to be doing. At what point do you cut off that individual time with them? At what point do where does that stop? It's just something for you to think about. Nobody has to answer it, but start thinking about it, because nobody prepared me for that. And it can be very frustrating. And I know Robert said, people are going to make you cry, Melody. He says, no, people are going to make you sob. Hundreds of thousands of people have his information, his millionaire creation formula. And a very small portion of people have gone through it. And we know this because he can see every person, how often they log in, how much time they stay on each video, how many videos did they watch. And he's even showed us the results. He's posted them on how many people didn't even make it to what was past module number 5. I think it was number 5 or 6. Never even made it past them. But see, here's the thing. He has the ability to know who these people are. He has the ability. So when these people come to him and say, hey, can I get a minute of your time? Can I get some time with you? Can I ask you a question? He can go back and say, well, how much time did they spend in what they have? Now, and then determine, let that be a sorting tool for whether they deserve his time or need his time. We, as coaches and mentors, want to spend time with people who deserve our time, not who need our time. But wait a minute, Melody, we want to help everybody. You're not going to be able to help everybody. You want to learn to be selective. You want to learn And I don't know if anybody has been in the 30-day accountability group just on the discussion page. There's 44 people wanting to come into that group today. But I've been able to posture myself, well, I don't want just anybody in my group. I don't want people to go through my course like I've seen them purchase Robert's Millionaire Creation Formula, not even open the confirmation email, never even access it. Is that crazy? People that have access to his Platinum Saturday masterclasses and don't even show up. They pay for it month after month after month after month. And then pretty soon, their spouse will go, what's this charge for $99 every month? Oh yeah, I bought something, I never realized it. Well, what is it? I don't know. I don't even, and then they'll reach out to me and go, oh, I bought this. I don't know how to log in. Crazy? That's what's going to happen with many of you. So I want you to think about, and really, if you have to write it on a Post-it note, spend time with people who deserve your time, not with people who need your time. Because there will always be somebody that needs your time and that will use your time and that will take your time from you. There will always be somebody. And those people, it brings me back to something that Robert said to me that's kind of burned into my brain. When people pay, they pay attention. It's so true. And then some of those people that pay don't pay attention. But they're more apt to pay attention and do what they're needing to do to get the results of why they came to you in the first place. And I will tell you the percentage of women over men. A lot of women want, they want that value, right? They want what it's worth and they want to get their every penny's worth. Because we tend to be real frugal. If we're going to spend money on us for this and not spend it on the family, I'm going to get every penny out of this. I'm speaking statistically. A lot of times the men will not. They'll not follow through. Isn't it weird how that happens? Why is that? I don't know. So keep that in mind when you're coaching and mentoring people. Any questions? No? Nicholas, I knew I could count on you for a question.
You can always count on me, Melody. I just want to add something to what you were saying earlier about mentors. I think to be best friends and have your best friend as a mentor doesn't work. I've tried that because before I met you and Robert, Ola, my best friend who I hang out with every day, was my mentor. And it ended up with us arguing. So I don't have the same respect for him that I have for you and Robert. So I just want to add that.
Right. Well, here's the thing, though. And you'll find this in your own lives when it comes to sharing an opportunity or sharing some, a great book or something that's important to you, you found valuable. When you share it with somebody that maybe knew you before you got into personal development or knew you before, like Robert shares, he meets up with his family and his friends from years ago and they're like, hey, Bobby, can you still crush a beer can on your head? They don't see you as the person who's grown and developed and is more focused now. And you and Ola have been friends since your childhood, right?
Yes.
So you were more of that brotherly love. I have a friend that I've tried desperately to help. I have tried so hard to help her and her family. She's got a big family, big house, and their power is always off. And so month after month, every month for so long, Melody, can you help us pay our power bill? It was over $700 a month. Well, I didn't want to see them without power. And I don't know how they got it to $700 a month, because I can leave every light on in my house all night long and I still can't get to 400, right? I just can't get it there. But the lack of respect for power. So now they know somebody else is paying for it. So they're still not making an effort to kind of keep it down a little bit, right? So I tried sharing with her, tried giving her tools, tried this, tried that, and say, because Robert, he taught me how to fish. He didn't give me a fish. He didn't come pay my bills. Never gave me any money. He taught me how to fish so I could never have to worry about it again. So I thought, well, this is what I'm going to do with my friend. Wasn't willing to do anything to participate in her own rescue. But you'll pay it for us, right? Month after month after month for almost a year and a half, I think. And that's crazy. So then what happened was, okay, then I had to start hiring her and her kids to come work for me, which was great at first. Do some of the things that I don't want to do. But I wanted them to earn what I was helping them with. I wanted them to be responsible for it. Then pretty soon they show up late, or they don't show up at all, or, oh, I didn't get that done because they were sitting there chatting on their phone, whatever. The lack of respect comes from a lot of people that are close to us or maybe have been in our lives before, right? And you'll notice that a lot of these people, all they want to do is talk about the past. This friend in particular, she'll only talk about, oh, remember when we were in junior high and this, and remember, sophomore year, and it's always the past. And I recently asked her, I said, why do you keep going back there? I don't live there anymore. That's not who I am. This is what my life consists of now. This is where I'm going. This is what I'm building for my family. But that's all she has, because she's done absolutely nothing with her life. And you want to know what else? She's got 8 adult children, and not one of them works. Not one of them goes to work. She doesn't work. Her kids don't work. They keep popping out babies. I think there's 15 people living in this house now. They have no respect for hard work. They have no respect for growth. They don't understand it. And the thing that frustrates me the most, and I don't even know why I'm sharing this right now, but here's the thing. Her and her husband have the highest IQs of most people I know. I mean, like genius status. They always have been like that. And they don't do anything to help themselves or their family. He works very hard, supporting all those babies and all those kids and all their habits or whatever it is that they have. And it's sad to me. So there are people in our life, Nicholas, that they just won't see it. They won't get it. And sometimes people, like, I couldn't even give the God memorandum to my own parents. They won't read it. Yeah. You want to say something, Anya? You want to come out and talk? No? Oh, okay. I love you. Thank you for being here. I'm going to post a schedule, and I'm going to have you pick a day, Anya, for your own coaching. You need to go. So
no, Rita wanted to say something.
Rita.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, Rita's got to go. Yeah, Rita.
Yeah, I'm going to go. But your story that you were saying, that I've had the same situation. I literally used to help people pay their bills, and when I found a resource that I could help them with and offered it to them, they don't want anything to do with it. But they still reach out and ask me for money. And I'm like, I'm trying to show you a way to make the money for yourself, and they don't want anything to do with it. So I'm like, whoa, that was really awakening for me. And every once in a while, I still feel bad about it. So the story that you were telling was for me, because I still look back at them and see them on Facebook all the time and stuff, asking for help and saying how they don't have anywhere to live and stuff. I'm like, I'm offering you a work, like even just hourly work. No. So yeah, that resonated with me a lot. I gotta go. I love you all. This was
I love you too. You enjoy your
helpful.
evening.
Wow.
You enjoy your evening, and welcome to our group. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. So, anybody else have anything to add? Anybody here find it hard for family and friends to kind of respect anything? Yeah, Colleen.
I think probably in some way, shape, or form that story could have applied to all of us, because I've had the same situation with my daughter, my 19-year-old, who doesn't like to work for a living and keeps coming back to family and friends and getting as much as she, she tells her sob story and gets what she can out of everybody, and and you have to get to that point where enough's enough. They gotta learn the hard way, and as far as our family is concerned, we've finally gotten to that point. Not me and my husband personally. We told her to stop a while ago, but I have my parents and my sister who have been enabling her for a while still, and when everybody finally gets to that point, then now she can, and she's at that place. She's, like Rita said, her friends. She's homeless, and it's 0 degrees out in Wisconsin. She's just hopping from one couch to the other trying to figure it out. But maybe that's exactly what those type of people need is to just have to learn that lesson the hard way, and maybe they'll come to the realization that that they have to put forth some effort in order to be blessed.
Yeah, unfortunately, and especially at that age, they're finally doing it their way. They're free. They get to make their own decisions, even if they're bad ones. They're their decisions. So, yeah, there's going to be people in our lives that are always going to be reaching out. And I love what Robert said today on the masterclass. For those of you who were not there, when people reach out to him for money, which I've been there when people reached out to him for money over and over. I was horrified. People I introduced to him asked him for money, and I was so embarrassed. But it happens, when you start making money, or people start looking up to you with respect, and they see you as growing and that you have value and all of that. They're going to start coming to you more and more and more. I'll tell you, probably 2 days ago, I had 5 people hit me up in one day. And I love how Robert, because, as my mentor, I went to him and I said, okay, here's something that I need to learn how to do. I want to help everybody. But the more you do that, you just funnel the money out, it's not really serving the purpose that you're working so hard to create. That legacy for your family. It's not serving that purpose. It will be never ending. So today he shared again that, he just shares the Jesus Way Orphanage video of where he gives his money. And he just says, I can't give my time for free. I can't give my course for free. I can't send you money because I'm obligated to help these orphan children. So if you want to take money out of their mouths and feel good about that, then that's great. Otherwise, here's their link. You can donate to them too. So it really did help me. For those of you who don't know, and I'm super, super proud of Chelsea, because she found her contribution, where she's going to contribute. And that's a very important part of being a coach, being an owner of your own business, being a mentor and helping people, because you're all here because you said you wanted to help people. But I know as much as I know, is one of the 6 human needs is to be able to contribute. So you might have your church, you might have different organizations or facilities that you want to give to. Until you find what those are and start making plans for that, whether it's an animal shelter, whether it's whatever it is, and you start planning to give for them, like Chelsea just did. She did some research. She found a great organization that she felt passionate about helping, and she was able to give her first contribution to them. And I'll tell you, I had never seen her so bounce excited until she did that. And you guys know Chelsea, she gets excited about stuff. But she was on fire, and now she's like, this is what I can't wait till I get to give another donation. I can't wait to contribute again, right? So these are some of the things that come along with all of this. I saw a couple of hands raised. Who raised their hand? Colleen, did you? Anya.
We were going into such a positive direction, so I was like, I'm going to lower my hand. But no, Colleen's story and your story just kind of made me reflect on some of my past behaviors when I was younger. I was that fortunate person to move to a different city who was all set and could afford to go to school without having my mother support me, but I managed to screw that all up by blowing through my life inheritance that I inherited from my father. And I honestly wish that people were harder with me. It's not my mother's fault. It's absolutely no one's fault. It's just the way life happened. But I do wish that someone was harder on me earlier and didn't always give in when I was, pitiful or needed something, which I actually didn't really need. I just needed to learn how to control, my actions. And
Did we lose her? Is she frozen for you
Yeah.
guys?
Just wanted to say that this kind of hit home for me in that I was the one being. Something's happening?
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. See, here's the thing, though, and this is, Anya, I want you to understand this because I think you might be one of the youngest. I don't know. One of the youngest in this group. Is we all make bad decisions or have made bad decisions, wrong choices, things that weren't the smartest things for us to do. We've all done it. And we'll probably do it again. Hopefully we're getting smarter, right? One of the things when you do become a coach and a mentor to people, especially a mentor, there are so many different areas of mentorship, things that, whether it's in personal relationships, whether it's, how do I get to that next position in my career or profession, or what do I do with all this money that I'm making? Because, what do? You just stick it all in the bank and you sit there and you watch it grow. You've got to be smart. You've got to be diligent. You've got to educate yourself. What do you do now? What did I do? I went to Robert. I said, okay, what do I do with money? How do I make the money make money? How do I make it work for itself? Who do I need to talk to? Do I need a financial advisor? He's like, here's my financial advisor. Do I need a special tax person? Who do you recommend? Do I need an LLC? What do I do? There are so many different things, and you're going to find this as you're growing, but you're going to know these things as you go through them, and you're going to be able to learn, and you're going to be able to guide other people in the same way. It's a whole other world. It's not, okay, right here you're starting, I'm going to coach somebody and what they need to do to grow their business, to grow their brand or their online presence or build their online store. It gets so much bigger than that. And I don't want that to scare you. I don't want it to scare you. Because what you have, the knowledge you have within you right now, there are so many people that need just that. But this is why it's critical. This will make or break you. It is critical for you to continue to be a student, to continue working harder on you than anything else. I was just talking to somebody today, and they found a direct sales company that they fell in love with. Didn't think that they were going to fall in love with it. They were just going to do it, you know, for a period of time to help somebody else out. So, oh my gosh, I really love this. And I said, can you see yourself doing it 5 years from now? Absolutely. Good. I'm glad you found something that you love. So so what do I do with my personal development group? I don't know what to do with my page now, with my group that I created. And I'm like, really? Right? So now you're in this company and you're going to be building and bringing in other reps and building this company that you're so excited about. What makes you think that personal development will have nothing to do with any of that? It has everything to do with it. Everything. You want to get more customers? You want to keep using that law of attraction? You keep giving the value. Every time you learn something, you keep giving it away. Every time you learn something. I started walking around in my beginning days. I started walking around with one of those little pads and a pen, because things would come up. It's like, oh, I just heard that, or I just remembered that. I've got to share that. And I started writing things down to be able to share. That's going to be important for you guys to be doing that. And that brings me to another part of what I wanted to talk about today. And then we're going to get on to what everybody's going to be doing, okay? We're going to give you guys your exercises. The next part of this group is that the requirements to be in this group, just like there's a requirement to be in the Beyond the Secret group. I keep saying not everybody's going to stay there. If you're not doing what you need to be doing daily, if you're not growing, if you're not sending me something that you're doing, something that you're building, something that you're creating, which I'm super proud of Nicholas. Nicholas actually created an effective presentation today. So excited for him. I can't believe he's not even in six-figure marketers, guys. But he figured a way to do it. How? He kept paying attention. He kept paying attention. He kept writing things down. He was studying things. And then somebody sent him a book on procrastination. I think the book that you brought up not long ago, Rob, Eat That Frog. Nicholas won that book on one of our calls. Takes forever to send anything to Sweden. Finally got it. He finally got it. And you know what? He stopped procrastinating and got that effective presentation done. You want to know something? I have not put my effective presentation together. Nicholas did it before I did. So super, super proud of you. I don't want to put one together. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. It will get put together because it is going to be a very important part. So we are going to be learning little bits of what is important for you guys. And so requirements to be in this course is you're doing something every day. I'm getting something from you at least 5 days a week. Because if I'm not, you're not going to be part of this group. Because Robert told me, in fact, he told me today again, work where you deserve, not where you're needed. So I'm going to listen to my mentor. And I'm going to teach all you future coaches and mentors to do the same thing. The best way Robert ever taught me, he always led by example. I want to lead you guys by example. And if I let anybody stay in the 30-day, in the Beyond the Secret group, that isn't doing what's required to be in that group, why that group was created, or even in this group, then I would be doing you a disservice and maybe becoming that codependency. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that for you guys. So I'm going to hold you guys accountable, each and every one of you. Okay, fair? Okay. So, but I do want to follow that up with, I believe in every single one of you. And that's why you're here. I know you've got what it takes. I see the potential in every one of you. That's why you've been invited to be in this group. So, another group that I am not advertising. It is not open. It will be, and it will have a fee. But each one of you have been grandfathered into this group. So, forever, as long as you're doing what you need to be doing. That's all I have to say on that. So let's go to those who have not done a coaching call. Everybody seen some of the other coaches that have been on the 30-day group or in the Beyond the Secret group? If you haven't watched those, I highly recommend you go back and look at some of those so you see what you're going to be doing. Yeah, Nicholas.
When I do one of these coaching calls, can I talk about something other than mindset? Can I talk about technical stuff, for example?
No.
No. Okay.
You know what? I got to think about that. I really no, because we're using my platform and people are here to be able to learn to do the activities that are necessary for them to have their growth. Everybody came and said, Melody, teach me how to make $10,000 a month in under 90 days. So what we've done with the new material in creating your own series, we've taught you how you can make $10,000 a month in under 30 days.
Okay.
So I don't think the technical stuff would really be appropriate for some of the people here. Okay.
Yes.
So if you would like to take one of your videos or one of your trainings and share it within share it within the coaches group, you can do that.
Do you mean my group calls, one of them? Or
you can do that. You can do that. You can share it within and I'm going to ask you only in the coaches group. And this is why I'm allowing him to do this, because we're going to get to a point where we're all evaluating one another. Great job here. Any constructive feedback is going, because I want you to start coaching. This is for you to be coaching. So that's part of coaching, and sometimes that's a really hard part. Because it's like, oh, this person is really nice. I don't want to hurt their feelings. So you're not going to tell them what they need to hear.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Okay. So let's go over to Colleen next. I'm trying to open my calendar here. I need a better pen. So we have got, we've got that open. So Rita is, I'm just going to rewrite this because my pen didn't write real well. We're going to have Rita do module 15 and that's relationship marketing. Just, if I don't write it down, I won't remember. Okay, so Colleen.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to ask you, welcome, by the way. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to ask you, what is the one topic you feel so confident in talking about? You could talk about it forever with no notes. When it comes to personal development, mindset, or any of the activities required in the 30-day accountability.
I don't know that I could do anything forever without notes. Um,
What's the one topic that if you had to talk about it, that would be the topic you would go to first?
well, we already talked, and you told me to commit to a better you. That's
Right.
what I've been working on this week, and so I guess with that fresh in my brain, I would have to say personal development.
Okay, so I have, so that's right, we already said that, but I wanted to get it on this recording, so that's good. So you're going to be doing Commit to a Better You, and that comes from,
That's module 18 in the Millionaire Creation Formula.
do we have a date for you yet?
I'm doing tomorrow's call.
That's right. Why is that not on my, oh, it fell off. My little Post-it fell off. Okay. So yeah, you are tomorrow. I think I've worn out every single pen I have here. I've been writing and taking a lot of notes. So I've got you tomorrow. All right, and then see who else. We've got Susan and Sarah. Let's go to Sarah next. So are we all good with that, Colleen? You're good with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Excellent. Super, super excited. I cannot wait. And we're going to go over the format. We're going to go over the format for everybody. So I'm going to have you guys write this down too when we get there. So Sarah, hi doll.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm very well. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, you have been aching to coach and mentor, and you give me goosebumps almost every day. I will tell you, and this is the thing. Sarah goes, I just want to do what you do. I want to be like you, and it just makes me smile. And so, Sarah, I'm going to ask you the same question. The one topic that you feel you're most proficient in, and the one topic that you feel like, don't make me talk about that.
Mindset positively, for sure. I'm quite happy to talk about mindset.
Okay, so you know what I'm going to do here is, as far as the mindset, let me think. My wheels are turning. You hear it? You smell something burning? So the one thing that helps me most with my mindset on a consistent daily basis, anybody know what that is? Say it, Chelsea.
The 6-phase meditation.
There we go. So, Sarah, have you used the 6-phase meditation?
Yep, been using it every day.
Okay. So, I would like for, that was the thing that you said you were least comfortable with or most comfortable with?
No, that's the one I'm most confident talking about.
Okay. So, we're not going to give that to you.
Okay.
We're going to give you
I
something
knew that was coming.
We're going to give you something that is going to be, maybe that will be for you maybe next time. We'll say maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so thinking, what's the least comfortable?
Well, when you asked for that question in message, I got it totally wrong. I think I read it a bit deep into it.
You know what I think would be a good thing, and just based on our conversations and knowing you, with what I know of you and all of that, I would love for you to do something on fear. How about, is fear stopping you from the Millionaire Creation Formula? Would that work for you? You have access to that. That's module number 7.
I don't have access to Millionaire Creation Formula now.
Okay.
I can do a call on that though.
Okay. Fear. Is fear stopping you? How does fear keep us from doing what we want to do to achieve our dreams? What, all of that. Add as much into that as possible, and how to face those fears.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Is Sarah, are you part of the Full-Time Network Marketer group?
I am, yes. Not the platinum, but the other one.
Okay. Is the Millionaire Creation Formula part of the regular Full-Time Network Marketer?
No.
I don't think so.
Only the
I didn't
platinum.
think I had the Millionaire Creation Formula either until Tina told me I did. And
Okay,
then
so
I went,
are you only in Full-Time Network Marketer?
I'm in Platinum.
Oh, yeah, so you have it.
Oh, okay.
So Sarah, I want you to start thinking about a day that you want to, prepare and then be ready for this call. We've got the beautiful
So it's
Susan.
any Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you choose in the calendar, and then we'll go from there. All
So do
right?
I look at your calendar and go from there.
I'm going to make something up. I'm going to create something real quick, or I don't know, if somebody has something, you can do that and just post it in maybe something that we can add to. We'll start a plan or something in the chat. That's what we'll do. We'll start a plan. All right. Awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. So Susan,
Yes.
the most comfortable with?
Like and this is the checklist of things that we check off every day that send back to you.
Within that, or
Okay.
any kind of personal development training and mindset training, self-doubt, limiting beliefs, anything like that. What are you the most comfortable with talking to somebody about?
Helping them get to positivity when they're in negativity.
Okay, so what are you least comfortable with?
I don't know. Nothing's popping out at me. I fight fear a lot. Like I'll be sitting in these calls with you and I look at all of you and I'm like, it's just that voice of look at them, they're so good. Why, just that doubt, that self battle, a constant battle that I call it, but that stupid little thing is there chewing at me.
Limiting beliefs. So why don't we give you limiting beliefs? Okay. And I think I would love for you to go back to module 1 in the Millionaire Creation Formula, and that is in the 30-day group. And use that PDF. And, if they can do it, you can do it. Because I think that would be a big breakthrough for you. Okay. So we're going to say for you, limiting beliefs. And then again, I'm going to have you pick your date. Okay. All right. So we have everyone who is new so far, right? Who we don't have is Judy. Judy is not here. Judy, we're going to send you the recording of this. That's right. She had something else she had to be at. So, okay. So those of you who have done a coaching call before, you actually get to choose something you're most proficient at, or you feel you're most proficient at. Who wants to go first? Rob.
Me. What about, wait, let me mute. It's almost gone. I like to talk about the benefits of personal development and how personal development can change somebody's life.
Okay. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you. I look forward to it.
Me too.
Awesome. Who wants to go next? Anya.
I'd actually maybe like to try something I'm not too good at, though, again, if I may.
That's fine. I like that.
I'd like to talk about inconsistencies, because that's my biggest thing at the moment. On top of
that's what Janessa was going to do.
Oh, crap.
Why don't we call it inconsistencies with you, and with Janessa we'll call it consistency. You know what? We can't hear about it enough. We can't apply it enough. There's no reason why you both can't do it. We'll just kind of space you guys out. Okay?
Thank you.
That's why I wanted to jump in first.
Smart man. So Janessa, I have you for consistency. All right, Nicholas.
All I can think of that I'm having easiest to talk about must be the principles in the science of getting rich. So can that be a topic, all the principles, or do I have to narrow it down?
You know what? It can be a topic. However, I want to use the principles of the science of getting rich as a series for you guys to do pieces of it coming up. So you can, you guys have about 15, 20 minutes in this time. If you go 30, that's okay. Just keep us entertained, keep us engaged, keep us there, and keep Rob awake. So, because I know it's later there. I know it's later there for you, Colleen, and Sarah. I don't know how you're awake, and many of you guys are all, and Nicholas. But yeah, you can definitely do how about can you review the 7 principles of the science of getting rich?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
7 principles of success, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what I meant. I can do that.
Tina.
Yeah, I want to do something that I'm not saying not good at, but right now I'm all over the place and I'm trying to do too much. So I would like to do Master the Mundane.
Nice. I like that. I was hoping somebody would do that one. Okay. Who don't we have? Chelsea? Are you the only one left?
I am the only one left, and you gave mine away. So,
Sorry,
I gotta
what
pick a
was
paper.
What was
The 7 limiting beliefs. But that's okay. It's okay, because it just means I gotta talk about something else.
Oh, that's right. You told me that, huh?
It's all good.
No. Wait. You don't need to do something else, because you're breaking it down to the 7 limiting beliefs. And I kind of have a feeling Susan's just going to talk about limiting beliefs. So, Susan, why don't we call yours limiting beliefs and self-doubt? Okay? And Chelsea, I would love if you would do the 7 limiting beliefs.
Awesome. No. Riker, please quiet down.
And I'm so sorry, I forgot that.
Oh, no, it's good, because I was like, okay, that just means I got to talk about something else. And I have an entire journal, guys, where I write, like, really important stuff that sticks out for me. So I was just, like, flipping through, like, what else can I talk about? So it's fine. But I'm excited that you're cool with that.
That's awesome. who here doesn't have a gratitude journal like this? Does not have one? Okay, so Anya. Nicholas, you have one, right? Rob, you have one. I know you have one. Colleen, you don't have one.
Like that, or just like I have a notebook I use.
No, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you one of these. So, Colleen, please send me your address.
Okay.
All right. Sarah, you don't have one of these, right? So please send me your address, and I'll send you one of these. Okay? And I think that that'll be everybody. And Judy, you're not here, but please send me your address, and we'll make sure. This is how we'll know whether Judy watched this call or not. Send me your address, Judy, and I'll send you one of these gratitude journals from, it's one of Rhonda Byrne's from The Secret. So awesome. I want all of our coaches to have that. I hope you're all using it. Tina, you have one, yes? Yeah. Okay. I thought so. So I've got to send one to Colleen, Sarah, and Judy. Judy. Okay. Awesome.
Did you write down Anya?
And Anya. Thank you. No, we're gonna send you a big girl one. Okay. So just make sure I get your address. And I know you guys in Canada, you've got these weird letters and number thing going on. So just make sure I know what it is. I just want to be able to copy and paste it to where it's right. Okay.
Crazy customs.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I think it took a month. Something took a month to get to Janessa. So I can send stuff to South Africa or Omi and Sweden for Nicholas, and Janessa still doesn't have hers. So I mean, she has her journal, but yeah, crazy. I just want my own plane to be able to fly it there. Pop up on your doorstep and say, okay, I'm here, NTM needs hugs. All right, so do we have any questions? We do need to go over the format in which the call is handled. Okay? Does anybody have questions? Or do you guys all know what the format is? We need to go over it. I'm going to go over it anyway, just so we have it on recording, okay?
Rita probably does not have one either.
Who doesn't?
Rita.
You're right. I don't think I've sent one to Rita yet. So Rita, we're going to send one to you too. All right. Send me your address in private messenger and we'll get that out to you guys as soon as possible. So the format in which we do these calls, you guys all are responsible. I want you to own the calls. Own the calls. Whether you're co-hosting just to introduce me before a call or you're doing the call yourself. Okay, I want you to own the calls. Which, by the way, if anybody ever wants to do the intro for a call, reach out. I'm making this available for you guys to start feeling more and more comfortable. And I love to watch you guys grow doing this. So you as a coach, co-coach on the call, co-host, co-coach. You have about 20 to 30 minutes to fill on the topic stated just earlier. So make sure you wrote it down. I will repost this video so you can all watch the replay if you want. And then we're going to have you choose the date. So if you have something similar like Janessa and Anya, whoever picks the first date, make sure that you're not doing the next week with, right after, okay? So space those out. Let's see. So you have about 20, 30 minutes. What you will do is when you get on the call, I will have it logged in early. I might not be on. You might see my picture there, but we're going to start right up on the hour. You will see me hit record. As people are coming on, I want you to welcome them. welcome them, use their name, just make them feel welcome, because I want you to be able to do this for your own calls too. All right, get comfortable doing this, being able to do their own calls. How many people here, by a show of hands, have coached their own calls with a group? Okay. All right, we've got some work to do. So I want to get you guys comfortable. I know, Janessa, you have hosted many, many times for me, co-hosted for me, and yeah, watching you guys grow is really fun. So you will come on. You might see me there. You'll be able to log on early. Welcome everybody. When you see that I've come on, and I'll hit record. If you don't see, y'all look at the top left corner here. You see where it says recording? That's how you know it's recording. So I want you to welcome everybody to the call, whether it's a 30-day accountability call that's on Friday, or to the Beyond the Secret workshop if you're doing it on a Wednesday or a Sunday. Welcome everybody to the call, and you'll go ahead and you'll introduce yourself, tell a little bit about you, how you wound up working together with me, how you wound up as being part of this group, what it was that you were looking for, and share a little bit about your growth to this point. What's been changing, what's been happening since. Then you're going to go ahead and introduce me. Okay? So has anybody ever seen Janessa or Chelsea or Tina introduce me on a call? They do a fabulous job. So you're going to introduce me. And then I'm going to give a little something, and I'm going to reintroduce you, pass it back to you. I'm going to edify you, pass it back to you, and you're going to go ahead and do your coaching call. 20, 30 minutes. You got it? I don't want you to feel like you have to watch the clock. Then we're going to open it up because if you're watching the clock, it's going to seem like it's not moving. Then we're going to open it up for questions and answers for you to be able to answer questions for people. Now, all of you who are not coaching that call at that time, I expect you to ask questions that you think might be asked by other people. Or if you've ever had that question yourself. I want you guys to realize that you already have the answers within you, right? This is your time to shine. And then I'm going to give you that recording. So you'll be able to maybe share it with people. Hey, I was just doing a coaching call. I just got to do my first coaching call, and share it with somebody. Let them see the value within you. Let them see how awesome you are. Okay? So I don't want you to be worried about that. I just want you to just go ahead and do your 20, 30 minutes. We're going to open it up for Q&A, people, and I'm going to be there with you. So if somebody asks a question and you think you don't know the answer, I'm your backup. I'm your safety net, right? I'm going to be there and I'm going to help you. Okay? Does that sound good? All right. Then after the Q&A, you can pass it back to me and I'll close off the call. We'll say goodbye. I'll let the video convert. I'll send you a copy. Nicholas.
Yeah, I just have to ask, I know we were talking and you said to me, when I do my group coachings in my closed group, I say I am unsure or I don't know often. So what words could I use instead?
Let me think about that. Or let's check that out. Let me find the answer.
I just wanted to ask. Thank you.
No, it's good. Yeah, that was one thing that I noticed about your coaching calls is because you did use those terms often. So if you're coaching and people are paying you to be on your calls, you don't want to come off as you don't know, right? Then they're going to go, what did I pay for? Let me find that answer for you. Okay? And Nicholas, on most of your calls, you know, I will also be there when I can. I love that you send me the link, though. I love the reminder and the link, because Monday is usually my day off. And I'm like, okay, I'll remember if Nicholas sends it to me. Because I don't even look at my phone. Don't even look at my phone that day. So awesome. Any other questions? Input? Anything? Are we all good? Are you saying goodbye?
No, I have a comment. Be prepared for a message from Chelsea after your calls, because I'm going to send you the chat message. And I highly recommend printing it off and highlighting what people say, because when that self-doubt kicks in and you're like, man, I did horrible, I didn't look whatever, and then you go through those comments, you see the people you're coaching saying, wow, that was amazing, you did fantastic, it's really going to help you. So just be prepared, because I will send you that. I missed Nicholas's call and Patricia's, and I didn't get it to him. I'm sorry, but I tried to make sure I hit everyone else's, so I'm going to make sure that I'm on your guys' calls so I can send you that chat, because I know it helps me. That's why I put it in my notebook, so that when Chelsea feels like she's not a coach, I can remember that I am, because you guys are amazing.
You're all amazing. And Chelsea, you know, you just, I giggle thinking about you all the time. I just love your excitement, your enthusiasm, and it just makes me more excited. So yeah, that's another thing I want you to all to start doing, because as a coach and a mentor, if somebody's going to be paying you for your expertise, for your guidance, you need to get testimonials from people. Those testimonials are really important. Does everybody have the link to my blessings playlist? No? See, I forget to share it sometimes. What I'll do, Janessa, will you post it in the coaches chat? That would be awesome. So keep these messages from people, whether they're in text, and you know, if you don't have a printer and there's a Kinko somewhere you can go print them off, print them for yourself. When you start doubting yourself, when you start feeling like, oh, wow, I thought I'd help a lot more people, or I thought I'd be better at this, or I thought whatever that voice is in your head that just won't stop giving you reasons to self-doubt yourself. Look at those messages. Go back and play those voice texts. Save them in a file for yourself. Okay? Deal? All right. Awesome. Awesome. Because those messages really feel good, don't they, Rob? Make you feel good? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
It's so funny you say that. I was at work Friday, and it's the end of the day, and I get a call from a good friend of mine that I was in another network marketing group before, and now we're in this new venture together. And so he watched the last video that I did. I don't know if anybody else saw the last video that I did, but and I got back from the gym, and I was like, hey, let me do a video. So I did my video, and he called me up the next day, and he was like, Rob, he goes, I got to tell you, I just want to let you know how much I've seen the growth in you, and how he just loves watching me on my lives and just my positive message. And he goes, I could just see how comfortable you have become with being in front of the camera. And he went on and just said so many great things. I couldn't even believe it, because this guy, he's a successful business owner, and he's a great musician, and just an incredible guy. And he's telling me all this stuff, and he was like, because I was pretty comfortable in front of the camera. Like, I was moving stuff around and fixing the camera and drinking my drink, and just like if I was in front of a room of people, you know. So, and he just passed on the greatest message to me, and it like made my whole week. And it's just, these messages are just they're just great, because I just feel like if you're genuine and wanting to help others, then you're not looking for the compliments. The compliments will just come to you, and then when they come, you're like, holy crap, thank you. You're muted, Melody.
That's okay. I wasn't really saying much. I was just listening and just in awe. But yeah, those messages really helped me. They kind of kept me skipping along when I felt, I don't want to do this mundane stuff anymore. Maybe I'm not really making a difference, and any of that. Hey, Riker. So yeah, definitely start keeping a file of these messages for yourself. Don't miss one. Don't miss them. Print them, play them, put them in a folder, back them up on Google Drive. You got them in your gratitude journal. Nice. Yeah, Tina.
Can I just add one thing? I was supposed to be at a seminar this weekend, 2-day event I paid for. After Robert's call the other day, I couldn't stay there. I drove an hour and a half and I left. I left at 3:00 and came home. I'm just like sitting there bored. Like I'm over there doing stuff for my course, and I'm just like, I need to be home because I have more important things that I need to be working on. I kind of feel bad a little bit, but this is where I need to be.
But you're listening to the whisper, and that's what's important.
Exactly.
You hear it, and that's the one thing is when the clarity comes, when you actually know what you're doing. Because quite honestly, in the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing. For a longest time, all I knew is I love what Robert is doing, and I'm going to keep kind of helping people like he does. But I never intended on being a coach or a mentor or an author, any of that. That was not my intention. I just loved what he was doing. It was making such a difference in people's lives, and it was making me feel good to be able to help people. So it was a long while before I heard that whisper. I knew I wanted to help people, but it wasn't clear. And it doesn't have to be clear. Just whatever you're doing, if it's making you feel good, if it's making you happy, if it's making you feel fulfilled, keep doing it. Because the details are going to reveal themselves. The details are going to make themselves clear.
I think the other thing too was I'm sitting there listening to them talk up there, and they're like, oh, you have to put everything about this on your Facebook because if people come, and I'm like, no, that's not the way. Like, I don't agree with what they were saying, and I'm like, I can't stay here. And I drove home.
What kind of seminar was it?
It's Herbalife.
Oh, okay.
It was the January kickoff, and I couldn't keep myself to stay there. I just needed to come home. Because I'm like, I have so many other things that I should be doing right now.
But you are creating such great material. See, that's the thing. The confidence that you have now versus that first video you shared with me.
I know that video.
And I was like, what happened? She sends me the first video, and I've been watching going, yeah, Tina, woo! And then she sends me her first one. I'm like, and what did I say to you? What happened to your energy? What happened?
I'm like, that's my first video that
So that's so fun. It's so fun to watch that growth, and always keep your first videos. I look back on some of mine and I just go, oh my gosh. In fact, for those of you who don't like watching yourself, do yourself a favor and don't watch your videos. Just as you're creating your series, send them to me. I'll tell you, yeah, that's good, or hey, Susan, you were a little dark there. But I'm gonna give you honest and genuine feedback, constructive feedback, so you can continue to make it gooder and gooder. Okay, so don't watch yours, because I've got about 35 to 48, something like that, videos that I created, and I made the mistake of watching them, and I won't post them now. So you don't need to watch them. Just do them. Just do it.
Thank you for letting me share that. I needed to get that off my chest. So.
Well, and I'm so glad you're here, and you're such a critical part of this group. So I'm so glad. So glad. Anybody else have anything? I'm almost making it look like a heart lately. I've been having a problem with that. So nobody? Who? Colleen? I don't know who's.
Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. You know what? You're a little bit dark there, darling. I wasn't seeing the light. You just gotta unmute
what
yourself.
I was going to ask you. The light on this laptop's absolutely rubbish, and the camera's really crap. So I'm just wanting to ask anybody sort of webcam or something that I could maybe get to get a clearer picture like you guys have got.
Yeah, I don't use anything special. I just use the webcam on my laptop. Oh wait, I do have. Oh no, there's a camera on that one too. I know I used to have a camera that I put up. I don't even. I guess when I moved, I packed it away and never unpacked it. But Chelsea, do you have anything that you would like to recommend?
Yeah, I have a little Logitech that I got off of Amazon for $10, and it just plugs into USB, and it just sits. It has a little stand so it can like lift and lower, but I just sit it directly on top of my laptop and cover where my laptop camera is because my laptop camera doesn't. It's a little pixelated, so that's all I use. Like I said, it was $10 on Amazon.
And you can get one of these lights.
Yeah.
Just one of these lights. You can use one of these and just turn it towards you.
Yeah. It's got to be better than that one I was using yesterday.
Yeah, don't get one like this that's like really cheap off of Amazon because the middle bulbs will randomly break, and as Robert pointed out to me earlier, you get this strobe-like effect. Like sometimes you'll see me sitting here, it's like boo, 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 like I got techno music. Don't get one like this. Get one like she is.
Right, and I don't even really use it anymore. Doug had bought me, I think a year ago, a light kit. So it's like 3 tripods with the lights, the professional lighting and stuff. And I don't even, it just gets in the way. The dog is knocking over one. I'm like catching one every once in a while when she tries to get near me or something. But yeah, you don't need anything expensive. You don't need anything in particular. As you're growing and as you're getting things, as you're making money, then you can start looking into stuff.
I have a camera too that I bought because my desktop doesn't have a camera in the monitor, and so I bought an external one off of Amazon also that hooks up to the USB, and it has lights on it, so I can
nice.
Oh yeah, I have those.
up and down.
That's awesome.
Whatever brightness. There's like a little slide button on it, but that wasn't too much money either. Sarah, if you want, I can go find it in my order history and send you a link to it if you want to look.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm just going to ask for a link.
Sometimes, all we need to do is really just turn on the lights, or instead of our back to the window, that's why I had to get the room darkening curtains, because if you guys remember, I used to be over there, right? I always had the halo. Or I would sit on the other side of the desk, and then as the light would shine right at 3 o'clock, I'd have these lines across my face. Or, so I'm kind of like finally getting comfortable, but I'm still not like sitting at my desk like I should be. So I'm getting there. It takes a little while to figure it all out, to get where you want to be. So, yeah. You'll figure it out. Just if you could sit in front of natural light is perfect. If you can if Susan were to turn around, face the window, and open the curtains, it would be beautiful. But, Susan's doing most of her videos at night, so that doesn't work. But, your videos have been fine, Susan, except for that one. So, yeah. Just lights, camera, action. Just to go into action. Whatever you do, just go into action. That's right. My shades. I don't have my right. Oh, I had sunglasses on. I wonder what I did with them. I don't know. Oh, I got to show you guys something, and I'm going to let you go. Okay, here. Somebody sent this to me, and it's a little pug. You see with the little pink bow? And it says, I just awesomed all over myself. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I think it's nighttime now here. So I know it's late there. Love you guys. I am going to go ahead and sign off now. If you guys have any questions, post them in the coaches chat. And one of the reasons why I didn't create another group as of yet is because I don't want another group for you guys to have to keep watching. Just post it in the chat, keep it there, and we'll just kind of stay on point. So love and appreciate you guys. Super proud of you. And I'll work on getting a planner or something out in that chat real soon. Okay. Love you guys. Good night. Thank you so much, Nicholas. Sleep in tomorrow. Love you
Good
all.
night, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Sarah. Bye, Rob. Bye, Janessa.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Chelsea.
Bye.
Susan.
Love you all.
Love you too.
Good night.
All of you. Good night.
Baby's so excited.
Daisy.